Hey, you ever had a flat tire? How about run out of gas? Hey, I've did that. If that ever happens to be your problem, I got the solution. One of my sponsors is Just In Time Towing. You always ask me, Mike, do you recommend your sponsors? Yes, I recommend my sponsors. Give Scott a call at Just In Time Towing at 731-333-6920. Remember that number. The next time you're out and your gas light comes on, and maybe your wife says, honey, you going to get gas? And you say, yeah. And you forgot. You'll need Scott. That's Scott, Just In Time Towing, 731-333-6920. And do what? Tell him Mike sent you.
The Mike Weatherford Show is proud to announce we are now officially powered by TEC. If their fiber optic internet service can handle everything we throw at it here in the studio, from videos to calls and live streams, you better believe they can handle your home or business too. If speed, stability, and service is important to you, you can count on TEC. Thanks, TEC. Now let's get to the show.
Recorded live in the studios of Brewery Street Mafia. This is a Red Dog Fred production.
And now, your number one rated show, The Mike Weatherford Show. Here's your host, Mike Weatherford.
Hey, folks, welcome to the Mike Weatherford Show. Farming. Have you noticed the prices of the products in the grocery store? Have you bought have you tried to buy a steak lately? Hell, hamburger meat has scared me to death. What's causing these prices? Is these farmers getting rich? Is that what's going on? All these farmers are out here just blowing in money, rolling, I don't know. I've got a farmer here tonight. He's a good friend of mine. He lives out there in my area called Hyco. That's God's country. Puryear, Hyco, Whitlock, Puryear, whatever you want to call it. We just call it God's country. And we're going to find out from a farmer. He fights this battle every day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Welcome to the show, Blake Stewart.
Oh, nice to be on here. I've been wanting to do something like this for a while. I've been trying to gather up information for years on writing an article on the PI, and now the PI don't even hardly exist anymore. But I always want the people to know about.
Let's scoot you up a little bit. There you go.
I always want the people to know what the farmers are facing, what we do. We're not out here trying to kill people.
No,
but
it's tough.
It's getting to where it's tough. Now it has been tough for years before I was involved in it. It was tough. You lived in that time. I wasn't around at the time, but I mean, it's things are getting tough, and it just depends on how you spend your money on what you don't get.
What I see is, I've always said this about a farmer, Blake. Y'all farm about 3,500 acres out there in our area. You buy everything that you farm with retail, and you sell everything that you produce wholesale. It's kind of backwards, ain't it?
Yeah.
I mean, if people don't understand that, he has to go buy, other than getting a little tax break on his diesel fuel, he goes and buys a tractor. He buys it retail. He don't get a wholesale price.
No.
When you buy your seeds, when you buy your fertilizer, anything you do, it's retail price. But when you get ready to sell your crop, you got to sell it at a wholesale price.
Yep.
What all do y'all do at your farm out there? Y'all are basically, I know you got hogs and you got row crops. Do you have a few cattle?
Yeah, we got, like I say, we built a tosh barn back, I don't even know how long ago it's been, 5 years ago or so. And then we got corn, soybeans, and wheat is our main crop. And then we play with cows. I don't have very many. My brother's got more than I got. I've only got 12.
Yeah.
But just something for us to piddle in. We just.
So you're trying to cover the whole market. You're hoping, well, if the cattle price is down, corn, beans be up. If the beans is up, maybe the cows be up. But it seems like when I go to the grocery store and I walk in there, steak's always been high, but the quality's down. The cost is through the roof. It seems like when I grill a steak, and I try to buy the best, when I want to get a steak, which is rarely. I want the top line. But the more you chew it, the bigger the damn thing gets. And I don't I don't know what's going on. I mean, and you pay $20 a pound for this mess.
Yep.
Well,
Yep.
What's cows bringing right now on the hoof?
Well, they bring in about $3.50
A pound.
a pound.
I know.
That's walking on the hoof.
I know, but when they process, you lose weight because you got bone,
That's right.
and you got skin, and you got hide, you got all that stuff. But my God, by the time the farmer gets $3.50 for a pound, 1,000, let's use 1,000 pound cow,
Yeah.
and it's 3,500. Time you buy it in the store, you give them 15,000.
Yep.
Well, what
Yeah.
the hell?
Well, I mean, the way I look at it, by the time you got to buy feed, and of course, if you got pasture to run it on, but like in our
You gotta
area,
have hay.
we try and plant everything we can.
Yeah.
That's good ground and crop.
Yeah.
But I mean, by the time you raise a steer up or whatever you want to eat, I mean, it costs about $2,200
Yeah.
just to feed out this cow. That's not counting what ground it's walking on. And that's not a price tag on the ground.
Or what
keeps
you
going
give for
up,
the cow if you went and bought it.
That's right. That's right. And then like processing, of course, just at the local processing plant, costs about $1 a pound. That's on the foot. It's on the foot.
So we're up to 2,200. You're up to, if it's 1,000 pound, you're up to 5,200.
Yep. And then like everybody complains about the prices and stuff. Well, I wish we just cut out the middleman. So I tried that a few years ago. I got with K&J and I got set up to be USDA certified and everything. And I was selling meat, trying to.
Yeah.
But I mean, I was trying to sell it for $5 a pound. Hamburger meat, $5 a pound. And at that time, that's what Walmart was, because that's what I did. I went to Walmart, got the prices of Walmart, because I wanted to be, I guess you say, competitive.
Yeah.
And then I tried to make it work out so that I could beat Walmart's prices. And you know where the cow's coming from when you do
That's
that.
what I was going to say. You don't.
I mean,
your cows wasn't limping, got shot.
Yep.
They was just a cow that got up to weight, top out, and you carried it and butchered it and tried to sell it. And it was good quality meat.
Yep.
And you couldn't sell it?
It was hard because they look at the price tag and they're like, well, I can go and just buy it at Walmart for the same price, and I'll just go in whenever I want and get it. And I understand that convenience.
Yeah, sure.
But still, I mean, like here recently, they're talking about importing these cows. Of course, we've always imported cows, a lot of them from Mexico, but due to a screwworm disease going on down there, that we sort of cut off importing from Mexico, and now we're importing from Argentina, and
why?
I mean, what happens in Argentina to them cows? Can you tell me?
No, nobody
Exactly.
knows. We don't know what the hell they feeding them.
Yeah.
Stuff we've outlawed around here. I mean, they might be filling them cocaine. The hell who knows?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
what I'm saying is if the federal government, now this is not a Republican Democrat, this is just the federal government, would stay out of it, I believe, and let the free market work.
Well, that's where I'm at. I don't like all these, what we're gonna call them, bailouts.
Yeah.
Because to be honest with you, I mean, a lot of people talk about, the working class people talk about these people that's on food stamps and live off the government and everything.
Yeah. A lot of farmers do it.
That's right. I mean, a lot of these companies.
But
I
I'm
mean,
gonna butt in a minute. But if you get a bailout, that money don't really go to you, because it does.
No,
it comes to Blake Stewart. But there's somebody on the other end that it just passed to.
we just pass it on.
You got
down
to
the line.
pass to your seed company, your fertilizer company, or you got the tractor. It ain't like that 100,000 or million, whatever the farmer gets, is going to stay in your pocket. It's because you ain't got enough money to pay your bills. They don't want the farmers to go out of business because we need them.
The ones lobbying for that money are these big, I'm not called big chemical companies, big seed companies, and like
they get the money.
We just got. Well, we haven't got it yet. They're in the talks about sending us $12 billion.
That ain't much, really, for the whole country.
It's not, because it goes to the whole. It goes to all the farmers. And by the time you break it down to how many, that's like $33 an acre. But one thing that did happen to that, whenever that was on like a Thursday or Friday, I can't exactly remember when that. No, that was on a Monday. That was released on, I'm pretty sure. And what happened on that, when that came out, the markets went down.
Yeah. So they need 55 now to cover it.
So, and then our inputs, they didn't come down none.
No.
They just went up because they got that money.
Yeah, they did, because the farmers are getting help, because what does it cost an acre if you know to put in, let's just go something simple. Y'all are corn. Everybody grows field corn, right? What does it cost you an acre? The seeds, fertilizer, labor. What does it cost an acre to put a crop in? Do you know?
Well, just to be, for us, it costs, and like I say, we're probably about, I was just talking to a financial guy last year, and he came to the house and was sitting down with me and everything, and he said, is this, he's looking at all the paperwork, and he said, is this all? I said, yeah. And he said, you've got about the cheapest inputs that I've ever been around. I said, well, we got to make it work somehow or another.
Yeah.
But it cost us around $500 an acre to put it out, and that's not counting equipment.
Right. Okay. Input means what it costs you to grow an acre of corn. Input is the seed, the fertilizer, and help me break it down. What else?
That's seed, fertilizer, and chemical is what we have figured in.
And you can't cost a tractor because you got to have it, but it's a hell of a cost if you break down what that tractor costs per acre and the life of it. You know, a tractor's bought in the 60s would run now.
Yeah.
Tractor bought yesterday, when that somebody's quit, it ain't going to run no more. They got them set up that way. I hate to say that word, and I shouldn't have cussed, but I'm a mechanic, and I see it every day.
Oh, yeah.
They're shutting us out.
Yep. That's one thing. That's the one thing we got. I mean, we don't have, well, Dad would say otherwise. I mean, we got good equipment. We got all that fancy equipment, what Dad would say.
Yeah, it is.
But we've also got some of the older stuff, and it just keeps working.
Yeah.
I mean, my spray rig, I used to have a spray rig that was top notch. Everything you had on it, it had it.
Yeah.
Fought problems with it, and I didn't know how to fix it. The mechanic didn't know how to fix it. I finally sold that thing, and it sat in the shop for 2 weeks because they couldn't figure out how to work. They couldn't figure out how to get it fixed.
It's crazy. Cars are the same way. I don't know if the public demands this on tractors. I know that when you're combining, you hook to the GPS.
Yep.
And it tells you, well, there's a little spot right here, you know, your crop, you didn't have enough fertilizer, maybe too much. And it kind of plots it all out for you. That way, when you go back and you fertilize it, it adds extra where it thinks you need it, right?
Yeah.
Is it cost efficient?
Well, it depends on who you talk to. To be honest with you, we don't do all that mess.
Right. A lot of farmers don't.
It's a lot of cost up front. Now, people say, well, you've already got it. Co-op's been trying to get us to variable rate our seed population.
Right.
And they want us to draw out a map and do all that kind of stuff so it can plant different population.
Sure.
Going across the field there. And by the time you figure it out, now I know some of my neighbors, I mean, they really rely on that stuff. I remember one of my neighbors, we bought a fertilized buggy, and they bought a fertilized buggy pretty soon, same time we did. Now theirs is all set up variable rate, and he makes it work.
Yeah.
I mean,
is he still costing $500 an acre to put his crop in?
I would say, I bet it would. I don't know where he's at, but I bet he spends more. Or I'm not gonna say, I don't know.
He's close. He's not going to do it for $200.
No.
He's going to be $450 to $550.
Well, our seed corn costs $100 per acre.
Yeah.
And
how many companies are making corn seed now? It used to be everywhere. I hate to put it, but everywhere I went, because I drive by your place every day. You know, I wave at you and run over you and all that. You know, you farm all. And if you want to know, if you go by the airport, all that big farmland out there by the airport, this man right here farms all that. All that you see there on 218 on the corner, all that's is Blake farms all that.
Yeah, so all the mistakes, that's
everybody
gets to see
now
them.
we know where you are.
But
anyway, he farms all that land, so you know I drive by it twice a day, and some days it's 3 or 4 times a day. You know, if I forget something, I got to go back to town. That's a bad thing. Living in God's country, we have to drive back.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
But you know, you drive by out there, and you're farming, and you put your crop in the ground. And you spent 500 acres to put it in the ground, right? And that's not under a pivot. That's just you had to rely on rainwater out there.
That's right.
And it don't rain, or it rains too much. It don't pollinate. Something happened. It was too dry. It was too wet. And then your yield drops.
Yep.
What do you do at 500 an acre? What do you have to yield What's the corn bringing right now? What's corn on the market?
About $4.50.
Okay, so what would you have to yield per acre just to break even? Do you know them numbers?
I couldn't. I don't know.
Put you on the
500.
spot.
Yeah, I'm not no good at math.
450 times 100 is $450.
That's right.
So you're,
but and then another cost that we ain't got in there. Like I said, we ain't got our equipment cost,
Sure.
diesel fuel cost in that 500, and also what we call insurance. I mean, and that's sort of farmer. I don't know if we have to have it or not. Some days I say let's just forget about it, and some days I'm like, yeah, we got to have it. But that's sort of what we rely on if it don't rain. Like this year.
It rained
this
at
year,
the wrong time.
we had good rain. I mean, the crops look good, corn looked good, beans looked good, everything looked good all year. And then July came, and it's like you turn the switch off.
Yeah.
We had beans planted that never did see a drop of rain.
Wow.
Until it was done too late. I mean, they was already flowering and podding, and they wasn't very tall. I mean,
did they even produce any beans?
No, very, very few. Very, very few.
Wow.
But I mean, there's nothing we can do about that.
No.
Like one guy said, he said, put the seed in the ground and then turn it over to God.
That's all. You're right.
Because that's what we're up to. I
That's
mean,
right.
if it's gonna rain, he's gonna be the one to make it rain. There ain't nothing we can do about it.
That's exactly right. Or you get the rain at the wrong time.
That's right.
You know, and does that crop insurance that you buy, is it per acre? Per crop, or how does it price out?
There's so many different variables and all that kind of stuff.
But basic formula.
You can buy it per farm, or you can buy it for it just lumps everything you got together.
Right.
And then that's where you can get in some trouble at. Some years it's good to have that. Some years it's good to have other kinds, because like we had some fields that it didn't rain at. It missed the rain. Like those bean fields that we had didn't catch the rains when other fields did. But by the time you lump it all together, the crop insurance, it makes just enough to cancel out the crop insurance.
Right. That's why it's horrible.
Yep.
Yeah, you buy it in units, I think, don't you?
Yep.
Yeah, and that's the sad part. If you buy it, but all of a sudden you pay, what would it cost you, 3,500 acres crop? Would you just guess about what your crop insurance would cost you?
Well, we got pretty cheap crop insurance, I would say. The further south you go, of course, I got a little bit of ground down south, and it's high dollar down there. Due to people take advantage of it. They try and play the system.
Yeah.
And then like up here, I mean, we try and make a crop no matter what.
Yeah.
And then we got insurance there just in case something
Well, it's kind of like car insurance. I don't want to have a wreck.
That's right.
But I got it just in case.
That's right.
You know, you try to not to run over somebody or get run over. I dodge you. I ain't going to say, hit me. I got insurance. I don't feel that way. But,
yeah, because then it goes up.
It does. Yeah, or they'll cancel you.
Oh, yeah.
But the problem y'all run into is that's just added to the acre.
Yep.
That 500 was everything was good. You didn't add in your diesel fuel. And if you got a tractor that's 100-horse tractor, say a Deere tractor, do you know what a 100-horse Deere tractor costs you right now?
I don't know what a 100-horse is a baby tractor now.
Yeah, okay. Well, 200-horse.
I mean, nowadays you got to have big tractors, and they're going to be 350, 260.
1,000.
Yeah, 1,000.
Wow.
Okay, now our combines,
yeah,
you can buy one for about $1.5 million if you want.
Wow.
That's why ours is a 2012 model.
Yeah. But still it works, right?
It's still working at the moment.
It's pre-particular filter, right?
It did have no, it's got all the def and everything on it. Now, that all had to change one time because all the system crashed on it.
They will. I've heard rumors of other farmers of mine, they'll be out there trying to combine, or some of them trying to plant. Their planter is all electronically, and it just goes.
Yep.
And all of a sudden they can't plant.
Yep.
And they don't know what the hell's going on. They call Deere or they call Case or whoever made your equipment, and you call them and they probably say, well, we'll get with somebody there as quick as we can.
That's right.
And I don't know if it's ever happened to you or not, but you need them there.
Yep.
And I say get you a regular old planter that ain't got all that.
Yep.
and know how it works, like the junk that I work with.
Yeah.
And I got a 2-row I plant with, and I have to stop and fix stuff on it all the time, but I get it planted at my deer home farm.
That's right.
Yeah.
I mean, we got a planter that we plant.
Y'all got some hellacious planter. How many rows is that planter?
Well, our corn planters are 24 row.
Jesus.
So that's 60 foot. Now, like I say, you get into some fields, that's sort of, a lot of our fields, it's overkill.
Yeah.
But there's
some of them it ain't.
That's right.
Airport ain't overkill.
You got a short window when you got to get this stuff done.
Right.
We're working on. We're trying to get things done whenever it needs to be done.
Right.
And like I say, one guy always told us is you need to be able to plant all your crop in 10 days. Well, what happens if it rains for 3 days?
Yeah.
And then you're rained out of the field
7 days.
And then before you know it, you're late.
Yeah. Don't they have the variable corn to kind of cover for that, or you have to buy that ahead of time? You can't run there and say, well, I was going to get early corn now. I didn't get it planted. I want late corn.
That's right. We spoke for our corn seed just the other day for this year. And like I say, we where I farmed down there in Arkansas, we was going to we actually had to get some of our corn seed last year from Arkansas because they get done planting down there and they return whatever they don't use and
you need
so they're trying to find. We couldn't get it up here, so we had to get it from down there. But yeah, you got to speak for it early, or you're just going to get. You might get it, and you might not. It's just going to be whatever's left.
When we're talking about putting a crop in the ground, and if I get too personal, just say I don't know, or that's too personal. I understand business. I don't care if you're making potato chips or computer chips. You're making chips, right?
That's right.
And it costs me every day to open my door at my garage.
That's right.
I got a set cost. I got employees. I got lights. I got insurance. There's cost that the average person has no idea, and it's in farming too.
Yep, it's in everything.
Yeah. How many $1 million does it take for you to put a crop in a year?
Well, like I say, just our corn acres. That's you can easily say it would be by the time you got rent and everything, or land payments, whatever you got. It's $1,000 an acre almost.
Wow.
So you can do the math on that.
I can't do it. Somebody in the back tell me what $1,000 an acre times 3,500 acres is. I know that's probably $4 million, $5 million.
Yep.
Wow. That has to be borrowed money.
And then everybody says all these farmers are rich. Well, it's depending on who you are.
I ain't no rich farmer. They're just more debt than the others.
That's right. You got debt to cover.
Sure.
But and then we hope we make enough to cover the debt.
There's no possible way. I don't know your Betty. I know your father. Y'all are good family friends. Y'all are good people. I know your dad. We talk time. Me and him you can't separate us. We talk about race engines. He said, "Do you hear about that?" We talk about race motor. And your dad is sharp. Y'all are a good bunch of people. Y'all are friends of mine.
Well, he used to build all them motors on the pulling tractor.
I know he did. He's sharp. Me and him talk about that. I got some of y'all stuff at the shop that shows you what happened with piston swap hose. But there's no way a farmer. I don't know how when you're working on a thin margin between profit and loss. When you're putting in the inputs are getting higher every year, right or wrong, they're getting higher, and the price of corn right now is what it was in the 80s. Well, probably a little less than some of the 80s. Yeah, I can remember some $4 and $5 corn back then. Yeah. So we're not. I'm not far off, and I'm not a farmer, but I've been around. And I live in. I guess you could say I play farm, but man can't make enough money to go out here and write a check for $5 or $6 million to put a crop in. You got to borrow the money.
That's right. And
so if you don't make, this is a question. Like I said, if I get too personal, let me know. If you borrow, let's say $5 million, you know what? I'm pretty close about what it costs you to put a crop. I know $5 million is right in your ballpark, and you farm it out, and you have a bad year.
Yep.
And you don't get enough back to live on, pay that operating expense back. What the hell do you? What do you do? You eat the damn silage, or what do you do? I have money back in my business. I put money back for hard times.
That's right.
But your business, you got to go out and buy $5 to $10 million to put a crop in the ground. $1 million is. I'm gonna say it slow where it sinks into the viewers.
Yep.
$1 million, $5 to $10 million. You got to borrow.
That's right, and that's the thing. today, if somebody wanted to get in the mechanic business,
Yeah.
they could.
Yeah.
If they wanted to. But farming, it's hard.
You can't.
If you wanted to get in the farming business, not saying you can't, because I know an individual that is. And
they need the mental health.
He's working on it.
Yeah.
He's trying, doing his best to try and get into the farming because that's what he wants to do. But luckily, me and my brother, we're grateful. We got our dad that he's worked all his life. Getting what he's got.
Farmer. He's a dirt clod.
Got what he's got.
Your dad's just a dirt clod. That's all he's ever done.
And we're hoping that like I told Mom, this was years ago, that I'm trying to better it for my kid.
Yeah.
Because now, will farming still be around then? I don't know. I guess if we keep supporting Argentina, maybe they take over. I don't know.
That's a damn. We're gonna get into that part. But I just want to set the precedent. A farmer is paying $500 an acre to put a crop in. We're not talking about combining it. There's another cost on top of that $500 an acre. We're just talking about the input.
That's right.
Put that crop in the ground. You got to fight the rain. You got to fight the bugs. And then you got to make sure it pollinates. You got to hope it rains when it's supposed to, and not too much when it ain't supposed to. And if you luckily and you get a lot of government money, you put in a sprinkler over it, and you got it under a spray. You might be all right, but I got problems with that. But still, and then at the end of it,
we're using all your water.
Yeah, we are. I bet you about that. But at the end of it, you got the federal government in America that's sending money to Argentina.
Yeah,
they're buying all that stuff down there. They're buying beans.
Well, I don't know what's going on. I mean, like years ago, they destroyed the rainforest down there.
Yeah.
And you know what that go? I mean, I don't know if they don't have I don't guess they ain't got no EPA or nothing down there, no government control. I mean, they just
you look at
living
the tobacco.
A good life, I guess you say.
Look at the tobacco crops down there. They put every chemical that we outlawed in the 50s. They just drank and spit it on their tobacco crops.
Yeah. And then like you say, like you was talking about, sending them money. I mean, we just sent them because of their economy or something. I don't know. They're losing value of their money, and we just sent them. What was it? 20 million or billion? Yeah, that's right.
Why do we reward bad behavior and penalize somebody that tries to do the right thing?
I don't know. It looks like their economy's failing. Maybe they need to change something.
They're not. They're going to run it in the damn ground.
No, we're done. We'll keep sending them money.
Oh yeah, we'll take from you
because some people don't know that we actually sent them 40. Yeah. We actually sent them 40 billion.
Yeah,
but 20 of it was private.
Yeah.
So and that's fine. If somebody wants to send them money, that's fine. But taxpayer dollars, I think they should stay like here in the United States.
If the government. Now there's other farmers watching us tonight. It's going to say, Mike, you're not a farmer. Well, I know I'm not a farmer. I don't make my living in farming, but I do understand a little of it. If the government would get out of stuff and let the free market, what it's supposed to work, capitalism works. Now it's got its glitches, and there's times for checks and balances. You have to agree. But you can't be asking an American farmer to feed the world like they did in the 80s. They'd come to you while you was on your tractor, ride around there with you. These bankers, well, hey, we got to feed Russia. They want to buy all of our corn. Take these fence rows out. Which when you did, you got rid of your quails. Do all this, clear this land up, start farming. We're going to loan you the money.
But now we can't do that.
Yeah, I know. And then here comes the embargo, grain embargo. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, these farmers was paying 20% on their money. Yep. Could you imagine farming with 20% interest on your loan?
Yep.
They did it.
Yep.
Your daddy did it.
Yep.
And I don't know how in the hell he did it.
That's when a lot of them went under.
He did, but your dad and a lot of them made it through there. Right. 20% on your money.
Yep.
And then the government said, well, the banks went out there and got on the tractor with you. He said, come on, we need it. I mean, while you was working, and you go borrow that money, then the interest jumps up 20%. And then the government gets involved, and it's a damn mess.
Yep.
What are they ever? The government can't even handle a dog fight. They get bit. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't understand how the government work. I mean, they the only reason they're up there is because they're getting money in their back pocket.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
I mean,
it
why can't
is.
we have no like Abraham Lincoln or nothing like that?
Yeah,
I mean,
we ain't going to have that.
Jonathan Lodge runs for president.
There you go. Me and you run president.
Oh, yeah, I don't know where we'll be at.
But what do you see farming being when your children, your mid-30s, I'm going to assume, late mid-30s, 30 years from now, what do you see farming?
It's hard to answer that question, and it's scary.
Look at the last 30. where it's came from in your father's era
Yep.
to where it is now, and then where it's going to go. We've changed from where you used to ride around on no turbo Farmall International tractor
right.
out there. Black smoke a rolling, no cab. You might have an umbrella over your head with a 6 or 8 row planter, and you was really hauling cotton, son.
Yep.
And you was planting. You was combine, old Gleaner combine. Sometimes it didn't have a top on it. Sit on a seat with a 6-cylinder Chevrolet turning it. You remember them days? You old enough to remember that?
Well, no, not quite.
Well,
not
you did, because I worked on it. And they made it.
Yep.
Now you got tractors where you don't even drive. It's got a joystick.
That's right.
You just punch buttons and it knows.
They actually make an autonomous tractor now.
I know. But you don't. When I was a kid, watch these farmers, how straight them rows was.
Yep.
You know, they would just amaze me how straight them rows were just perfect. And they didn't have none of that. They just drove that tractor with that steering wheel.
Yep. You look at what I call the hood ornament and look at something.
You picked out a tree or that's exactly. Do you still do that or use GPS planting?
We're GPS planting. Now
what's going to happen one day if, say, all that goes away? Something happens.
All it is a flip of a switch. Look at Russia Russia whenever they invaded Ukraine. I mean, they stole all them John Deere tractors, and guess what? John Deere said, "I'm not happy with that," and they turned them all off.
That's right.
That can happen to us.
Yeah. Could you plant without it?
One planter can, one planter can't.
That's right. So we're in a hell of a mess.
So and that's what some people say. Some people say that where we're going to be at years down the road, and to be honest with you, I can't answer that question because some people say, well, we're going to have all these automated stuff out here planting, and then I'm like, okay, what's going to happen when the satellites fall out of the sky? They can't go. And then some people say we're going to be back on 2-row stuff. So, like I said, to answer that question, it's a scary thought. It's a scary thought because the thing that the U.S. farmer has done. I mean, we've over the years we've sold our knowledge to all these other countries.
Yeah,
I mean, the top 4 chemical companies. I guess we still have seed people here in the U.S., but our like Syngenta and Bayer and all those, they're foreign owned.
Yeah,
they're foreign owned.
Bayer's owned in Germany,
and yeah, that's right.
In Ukraine, a lot of fertilizer come out of Ukraine.
To be honest with you, a lot of our stuff comes out of Russia.
Really?
So,
well, what is it? Russia or Ukraine or what?
That's right.
Yeah.
Who knows nowadays?
Yeah.
But I mean, we rely on Russia a lot for our nitrogen, and we rely on all this.
We shouldn't. We can make it ourselves.
No, we can't. EPA's there.
Well, hell with EPA. I mean, God Almighty. I mean, come on now. If you listen to EPA, what did Al Gore that said that by 2012 or something like that New York be under the water?
That's right.
What in the hell do they do? We got to take a commercial break. I want to tell you some stuff here. Somebody asked me, is it true the government pays farmers not to grow crops? And they do. Used to. Is that still going on?
There ain't no money right there right now. You can get there's different government funding like CRP. That's probably what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You can sign up for that.
Yeah.
We sign up for government payments that'll pay for us to do things.
Yeah.
And then like the other day, I got a letter in the mail saying we're declined. Well, there ain't no money there. That's the problem.
Well, I've been declined too, trying to get some shit done.
So that's
but the big time farmers, they get them pivot wells.
Yep.
And you know where that money comes from. And I'm trying to get a gully plug to keep washing my land away, and I can't anyway. We're out of money, Mike.
That's right. Right now, the government's out of money, but we got enough to send everywhere else.
That's right. And Zach Farmer, he said, if I have trouble with beavers flooding my field, he can help me out. Well, Zach, I'm waiting on you, buddy. If you got any, I got a place in Henry that I hunt on.
Yep.
And the beavers are absolutely wearing me out, Blake. And I mean wearing me out. We put some drainage in there, and they filling up my drainage ditches.
Oh, yeah.
They're coming out of Spring Creek.
We've got a field that flooded.
Yeah,
all the time. I mean, and of course we've got one side of the road, and somebody else got the other side of the road. Don't have a clue. Them people live off from here,
right?
And the other side of the road is what it was, and the beavers, of course, you know how they work. They just keep backing up.
Yeah.
Well, they was building a dam right there beside the road. It was going to flood the road. That's what it was going to do. So I called the state, tried to get them to come down here because I ain't going off on somebody else's property.
I got you.
And finally, that's what we did. Yeah. Finally, we got off on, and that's what the state told us to do. They told us you just don't have to clean it out.
Yeah. How'd you clean it out? Traco?
So, yeah, we got a track.
You know how we cleaned mine out?
And
dynamite. That's right. And it was all over Facebook. Did y'all hear about the explosion? I didn't say nothing.
Yeah, that's right. You just sort of said
let it go. That was kind of fun. But Zach's down there. He's trying to get some in beavers down there.
Yeah. Well, we had I don't know what his dad's name is, Zach Bram. His dad, he does beaver trapping.
Yeah.
And he came out there the year before we cleaned this ditch out, and he trapped some beaver. I think the biggest one he caught was a 92-pound beaver.
That ain't no beaver, dude. That's a
big
hippopotamus.
It filled his whole tailgate up on the truck.
92 pounds?
I think he caught like 7 of them.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. We're going to take a commercial break. To get back, you got some paperwork. I want to find out world market, where America is. Are we still competing? Can we compete? And if America didn't give money to Argentina, and we're giving to China money too, we're not maybe cash, but we're giving them our technology on how we're getting 200 bushel an acre, and they couldn't get 50. We're showing them how to do it, and now we're having to compete with them, and they're buying a lot of our crops. So we're going to take a commercial break, and we'll get back. We'll finish up this conversation.
That'll be good.
All right, folks, I'm sitting here talking to Blake about farming. You're hearing some cost here, man. I mean, did you realize what it cost this man to put in a crop? This dude right here is 38 years old, and I don't know where his financials at, but I guarantee you about April when he starts planting, he'll be about $8 to $10 million in debt, and hope like hell it rains the right time. So we're gonna take a commercial break. Get back. We're gonna finish the conversation. See you in a second. But hey, folks, it's Mike at the Mike Weatherford Show. I want to talk to you about something. During the holiday seasons, birthdays, anything, have you ever wondered, why am I doing this at my house, making the mess, and all these people tracking through my house? Paris Downtown Event Venue. It's right here next to the studio. That's your go-to place for all your parties, all your get-togethers, and just go have fun. That way you ain't got to clean the mess up at home. If you need that, call Jessica and talk to her about the Downtown Event Venue. Hey, it's your go-to place for all your party needs.
Chad Cox, PLLC, provides representation in the areas of criminal law, family law, personal injury, wills and probate law. Chad Cox serves Paris and the surrounding area. He does not believe in a one-size-fits-all approach to representing his clients. He reviews every detail of your case to ensure that you receive an assessment that is specific to the unique circumstances in your case. Chad Cox is located at 104 North Brewer Street, Paris, Tennessee. Contact us at 731-642-4446.
The Downtown Event Center is available for parties, meetings, or family get-togethers. The center comes with spacious seating and an area that will help make serving food easier. If you are having a birthday party, this is definitely the place for you. The Downtown Event Center is located at 107 South Brewer Street. Contact Jessica at 731-642-4992 to make your reservation.
Is your tank on empty? For best gas prices in town, fill up at 54 Fuel Mart, 1213A Westwood Street. And don't forget your other tank. Grab hot fried chicken, wings, pizza, and on Tuesdays and Fridays, the best fried fish around. Got a sweet tooth? We've got freeze-dried candies, candy bars, and more. Rainy day? Stay dry and use our drive-up window. Farmers, we've got your dyed diesel plus parking for big rigs. Open 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day. If you're feeling lucky, play the lottery or grab a scratch-off while you're here. 54 Fuel Mart at the Westwood Y. More than just fuel.
Are you still undecided about your high-speed internet provider? Hey, it's Mike from the Mike Weatherford Show. Let me help you off the fence. TEC high-speed internet is what we use here at the studio, and let me tell you, it's flawless. From home to business, TEC got you covered. With upload speeds that match download speed, TEC leads the pack. Does your family play online games? How about security cameras and live streamers in your home? TEC, with their upload speed matching their download speed, it's as fast as clicking a button. When it comes to high-speed fiber optic internet, TEC is unmatched with quality and service all across the Mid-South. So do like I did. Go get you some.
Hey everyone, this is Jeremy Buckaloo reminding you to tune in to Sportscast with Jeremy Buckaloo live every Sunday night at 7:30 here from the Brewer Street Mafia Studios.
On Sportscast Live with Jeremy Buckaloo, the Power of Sports, Henry County Special Olympics will be in here. He's got Ray Anderson. He's going to be talking. I think he is one of the coaches, or he's one of the big shots in Henry County Special Olympics. That's a great organization. Built on teamwork. That's going to be live. That's right, Sunday, January the 4th, 7:30 p.m., Sportscast Live with Jeremy Buckaloo. Hey, if you ain't done it, get over and follow him and share him, because he's always got something great. He's got a show coming up. You've heard about the IHRA buying out Memphis. You heard about, hey, we got some of that stuff coming in. We're going to have some drag racers coming in. He's going to be talking about a lot of stuff. NASCAR, he's got some NASCAR shows coming up. So find him, follow him, and keep up what's going on over at Sportscast Live. And don't forget, coming up at the Tennessee Informer, Protecting Homeschool Freedom, what parents need to know. Special guest Tiffany Boyd will be in here live with Dave talking about Protecting Homeschool Freedom. That's coming up Monday, January 5th, 7 p.m. Hey, I got a little idea for you here. If you already got your TEC fiber optic internet, if you hadn't, I don't know what you're waiting on. But look, if you've got it, I'm going to tell you how to get it free. I know that you got in early like I did. If your family and your friends have not got on, you need to get them on board with you. And everyone you sign up, that's right, you get a free month of internet. And there's no limit to it. So you got in early. Your neighbors down there, go over and show them how fast your internet is, how happy you are with it. Get them to sign up, and you get a month free. Did I tell you that it's no limit to how many you can get? 1 year, 2 years. When you're early like we are, you can get all the free internet you can handle. So find out your family and friends is not hooked up with us here at the TEC Fiber Optic Internet, the fastest internet around, and get it free. Hey, tell them Mike sent you. Don't forget Peddler Advantage. If you have not done it yet, you need to, because you can replace your 20-word classified to run for 4 weeks for only $10. It serves 9 counties, and look at this, it's 30,000 of these go out. Hey, where else can you get your ad in front of 30,000 people for $10 for 4 weeks? Hey, while you're at it, look in there. They've got us listed. MyParishTV.com. It's got all the shows at the Mike Weatherford Show, the Tennessee Informer, and Sportscast Live with Jerry Buckaloo. All that's listed. The Peddler Advantage. Go get your copy today. Hey, don't forget, we simulcast live both on Facebook and YouTube, all the platforms. Do me a favor. If you haven't done it yet, go over there, find us on one of the platforms, go to Facebook and like us and follow us and share us. Hey, your family and friends need to know about us if they don't already, or if you're on YouTube, subscribe to us. Tell your family and friends, tune into the Mike Weatherford Show, or better yet, go to www.myparishtv.com and find out all the great shows we got going right there. And next week, I got a great show. A good friend of mine, let me find out here, Sam Bryant. He owns a distillery in Jackson, Tennessee. He is running for the mayor of Madison County. He's going to be in here talking about why he decided that he needs to get involved in politics. He's got a great chance of winning this. I mean, he's a very, very smart and well-liked guy down there in Jackson, Madison County. He's going to be live right here with me next week talking to us about what's going on in Madison County and why he wants to be the mayor. Don't forget, it's coming up next week right here live on the Mike Weatherford Show. I'm sitting here talking with Blake Stewart. He's a good friend of mine. He's a farmer out there. And we got some good questions coming in. One guy asked if having hog barn, does the manure from the barn help with fertilizer costs after paying overhead for the barns and the pigs? It's a byproduct. You got to do something with it.
That's right. Yeah. We really like our hog manure. Wherever we put our hog manure, we don't have to put any fertilizer. We don't put very little fertilizer. We still run what we call our in-furrow fertilizer, which is pretty cheap compared to, we're running about $63 an acre on that. But we still got to supply just a little bit of nitrogen there to get it going, because all that stuff is organic. It breaks down organically, and it takes heat and temperature to do all that. And of course, in April and stuff, it's not that hot,
Yeah, but you can't do it every year.
But that's right. We can't. I think you can do it every 3 years, right. But we've got enough ground that we can stretch it out every 4 years, and we're about to go back. This would be, let's see here. This would be I think it's the 4th year. We'll go back to the first field we put it out on this year. But yeah, of course we get paid by the square footage, I guess you say, of how many hogs that barn will hold. And then, like I say, most people, you got to have somewhere to go with that manure, and we're lucky to have enough.
Yeah.
That's the reason we got the hog barns, is for the manure.
Right.
Now, if you had to go buy the manure, now we do have to pay somebody to put it out because we don't have the equipment to put it out with.
Right. It's still cheaper than buying either liquid or
it's not necessarily cheaper, but it's better for the ground.
Really?
Yep.
Well, I tell you, but you can't just lay it on top of the ground unless you turn it in. Everything's no-till now.
That's right.
So it's drilled in the ground?
Yeah. The guys that we have, they've got an applicator that goes out and it puts it in the ground. I don't know how deep it is. 6 inches to 8 inches or so.
Well, it's not out of smell range.
Well,
because I live out there in God's country.
There is some spillage there.
My daughter come in during Christmas. She's born and raised out there too, and she said, "My God, Daddy, it stinks." I said, "It's that good, fresh country air you're smelling." She said, "Oh my God, it's awful out here."
Of course, some guys down there around you, they was putting it out this fall.
Yeah.
Of course, the hotter it is,
it's rougher than hell.
The smellier
My God, yeah. I mean, you walk outside in the morning, you think either your septic tanks blew up or something, but it's awful.
Yeah, we put ours down in the wintertime, so
yeah.
We'll try to.
Yeah, I know, but it doesn't last long.
That's right.
It ain't like it's every day. It'll last 2 or 3 days, or till a good little old rain comes up and it's gone.
That's right.
But I know what they're doing with it. It's a byproduct. That's what they got to do something with the manure. And but I would think it was too acidy for ground. I think you'd have to really lime the hell out of it because it eats up metal. That hog manure will eat up a metal horse trailer just quick.
Yep. That's because it's got nitrogen in it. That's why. But one thing we got to watch out on the hog manure that I'm really focusing on is the salt content. I mean, you can ruin a field with salt. Yeah. And of course, that's what a lot of people don't know. There's dry fertilizer. That's what a lot of that is salt.
Yeah, it is.
So you got to watch.
Well, they feed them hogs. The hog feed's made out of cookies, M&Ms, brownies, with whatever they got. It's wasteful food. They make a hog feed out of it. And all they're trying to do is get that hog to 250 pounds. That's about what they're after.
Well, I think they're up higher than that now.
Really?
I think they're. Now, I don't know this for a fact. I don't do a lot with the hog barns. I think they're trying to get them around 280 now.
280, and that's their deal. They try to get them up there to 280 pounds, and they scare them in the market.
That's right.
Do you use any drones in your outfit?
Yeah, I don't know where the drone market's going. Once again, the government sort of shutting that down on us. I've had a spray drone for 3 years, I think. I don't know. I was sort of behind the 8 ball on that. I was sort of leery when they first came out, and then I've got 2 of them now.
Well, how much can it carry?
Well, the drones I got, they're outdated. It don't take long. I bought one last year and it's way outdated.
Well, you buy a TV, you get home, it's outdated. I understand that.
That's right. But the ones I got carry about 10.5 gallon. We put out put out 2 gallon on most everything because that's the label rate.
Right. 2 gallon per acre.
2 gallon per acre. So you're
That's pretty good.
You're covering about 5 acres, and I try and do an acre a minute.
Right. Well, is it going to beat the cost of helicopters and all that coming in and spot spraying, or is it going to be more cheaper? Or you can do it when the corn's taller, I guess.
All right. It cost me to operate my drone. That's paying me and another guy. And this year I didn't broke the law there. I pretty much done it all myself.
Right.
But legally you've got to have 2 people there. Yeah. And it cost me by the time, I mean, we're running generators. This battery stuff is not clean stuff. We're running generators.
Sure, you got to understand.
And it cost me about $5 an acre to spray. Where an airplane, we're so close to the airport. I mean, they take off and they start spraying. Yeah. But he cost me about. I've got a good guy, and he cost me about $10. So, so yes, it is cheaper now. 300 acres max is what I can get a day. Right. Airplane, they can spray 1,500 at least easily.
Wow.
But
do you go ahead?
If it's a big field, the airplane can do a good job.
Right.
When you get into these tree line fields that are cut up and stuff, the drone is where it dominates at.
Right.
Everything, like I told Dad when I got this thing, I said, this is not to replace the airplane. We had the airplane up there spraying multiple times this year.
Yeah, I see them all around me.
So, I mean, the drones are not replacing airplanes, but they've got their places. Right. But then the federal government has banned them. So
banned them drones?
Well, anything that comes from China, and that's all they come from is China.
Wow, I didn't know they banned them.
Yeah, just the other day. I mean, we can still fly what we got. The way I understand it, we can still fly what we've got as long as China don't flip the switch on us and turn it off.
That's what's sad, you know.
But
and we taught them how to make drones.
Yep, they copied us off of something.
Yeah, they did.
But the thing about it is that drone cost me about $21,000 for the drone.
Right.
Okay, there is a United States drone out here, ran off of China stuff. You can get it from, as far as I know, that's the only one you can get it from Texas. But I think they're on the verge of filing bankruptcy because when I talked to them, I did talk to them. They was the first people I talked to, and the drone was like $80,000.
Wow!
So you had to take $80,000 compared to $20,000. I mean, what are you going to buy?
You've got no choice. Look, I'm in the same deal you are. I buy Matco, Snap-on tools. Most of it's American made, but I have to have some odd stuff that's China made.
Yep.
You know, the chips in your cars, a lot of them made in China. The computers in your cars made in China. Tells you all over them. You know, and I buy these computers, laptops that I have to hook up to these cars so I can work on it. And this is just like farming. Now they're I don't know why we stopped it back earlier. That they had to put the OBD2 port, which is your diagnostic port, in a driver's side compartment within 2 foot of the steering wheel, and you couldn't, and it had to be universal. Everybody could. Now they're starting to charge us again. I'm having to pay a yearly prescription just to be able to get into your car and work, and it's just costing me more per job.
Yep.
You know, and we're going to have to pass that along.
Yeah. Well, that's another thing with farming. I mean, we got to pay to use these satellites we're using.
Yeah. And you can't pass it along.
That's right. Yeah. And it's sort of like I don't know if you'd call it I don't know what you'd call it, monopoly or something. I mean, they got control over us.
Everybody's got control.
So
we do. Some of the stuff you've been wanting to talk about. Tell me what you want to talk about.
I just been wanting to for a while. I mean, let the public know what we're doing. I mean, I got a Facebook page, Stewart Farms, that I try and do videos every once in a while. I haven't done them in a while though, but trying to inform them that we're not out here to hurt the American people. Now, a lot of people think we are because of all this GMO stuff, all these chemicals that have come out and everything. But to be honest with you, everybody that fights this Roundup stuff, I think this Roundup came out. I think a chemist came out with this Roundup in 1950, I think it was, as a antibiotic.
Really?
And now it's causing cancer.
Wow. Is it predominantly salt?
And it's a lot of salt. It's made with salt. That's how it works. It's you spray it on the plant, and it shuts down. How can I?
It prevents it from taking in nutrients.
Well, it allows disease and stuff to attack it,
Right.
and then the disease kills it. Is what happens. If you spray Roundup on something, give it 10 days, and go dig up the root system, it'll be black.
Yeah.
Before the plant's dead, the roots will be dead. The roots will be black. Disease is.
So you think it's all about money?
I'm not saying that it don't create cancer or create whatever else. I mean, what doesn't create cancer?
Living does that.
This Pepsi probably we're drinking causes cancer, but ain't nobody in an uproar about it because they like it.
Yeah.
But I think it was 1974 Roundup came out for agriculture use. Not talking bad about the farmers, but we do it to ourselves. We misused it, and it's got to where it don't hardly do nothing anymore.
Yeah, I noticed that.
But we still spray it. Like one guy said, he's a good friend of mine up north. He's a farmer. He says it's a drug. He said we think we got to use it, and some years I don't use it very often, but then some years I do. It's like I say, it came out as an antibiotic, and then they figured out they put it on the shelf and let it sit there for a while, and they figured out that it was a good cleaner for pipes and stuff, and they used it for that for a while. And like I say, 74 it came out. All it does is ties up metals, breaks them down, and flushes them out like your pipes. That's how it's a cleaner. And it does the same thing in the crops. It ties up the metals in the ground. It ties up the metals and stuff that we use as fertilizer. That's already there, but it ties it up and can't use it. So sometimes I don't use it because if you tie it up, it's sort of like you in your humans. You take vitamins. That's what we do with our plants. We spray them with vitamins, if you will. Yeah. Our fertilizer we're putting down in row is the same thing. Is the Coke you're drinking? To be honest with you, wow. If our Coke prices go up in the store, our fertilizer goes up. What we use, because it's a food grade fertilizer, is what we're using. Now there is urea in there that's not food grade. It would if it wasn't for the urea, you could drink the fertilizer we use.
Really?
Yeah, but the urea that wouldn't settle very good. But no, I mean
that's kind of like cow pee, ain't it?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, I know where urea. Yeah.
But I do have some things I want to. Yeah. I just want the public to know like where we're at in the farming industry. I mean, we rely on a lot of these other countries to support us, to give us product. Like I said, Russia is a big one. We get a lot of our nitrogen fertilized from Russia. Anywhere that's got natural gas has nitrogen fertilized.
We got more natural gas than anybody in the world.
We don't import very much. We only import about I'm going to say probably 20% of our nitrogen, and the rest of it we supply, which is good. But then Canada and Mexico, we get a lot from Canada and Mexico, and then that's one thing. The president, not talking about Trump, but yes, I voted for Trump, but some things he done, I knew that was coming. But all these tariffs and stuff, it is making it hard on the farmers. I mean, you had Jimmy Tosh in here a while back talking about the tariffs on his hog market. It is hurting us, but what I told one person is you can't just keep putting Band-Aids on stuff. It's going to fall apart.
Yeah, I think he said, there's going to be a little pain, but we got to do this to fix the problem.
That's right.
You know, when you've got countries that's producing a product for $1 and you want to give an American a job and it costs $5 here to do it, who's going to, you just bought the drone. You just give it a good example of it. But they're taking our technology.
Yep.
They're walking over here and taking our technology, carrying it back, re-engineering it, and selling it back to us nickel on a dollar. That's got to stop. We're a service country. We're not a manufacturing country no more.
Well, just like that's right. We have what I'm going to call. We have no industry here.
No, we're not.
I don't. And then they talk about AI taking over. I don't know how AI is gonna. I don't know. What are we going to do? If AI takes over, how are we going to get paid? I don't know. That's another ball game there. Yeah. But like I want to run over some numbers, and I'm going to have to look at my papers because this is information that I got from people. Some of this came from my parents' basement. The receipts that they had. Some of it came from other farmers, receipts that they had. It's not just what you hear off the internet.
This is factual stuff.
But like I say, the 80s was hard. due to things that happened in the 70s. And then also Jimmy Carter with the grain embargo cost us 17. I think it was like 17 million bushels of.
You remember when there's some
tons.
beans back in that era, $16 to $18 a bushel back in that day?
That's right. Yeah. Dad talked about that. He was talking about, and then also not too long ago they was up in that range as well. Yeah. But like I say, currently we're around $10 and I think it's $10.50. But back in '86 they was selling them for $7.50, $8. Okay. And then now, like I say, back in the 80s, we fast forward to 2025. When the combines cranked this year, we sold some for $10 because we thought that was a good number. Out of the field, $10, and it really is. That's really a good price because really all we're getting now is just storage. We're getting paid a little bit for our storage, but like 86. And some of this is from 82, $2.66 corn.
What is it now?
$7.50 beans. Okay, now corn price is $4.50.
Do you have the input cost back then?
The only I do have some like for one, our nitrogen fertilized back at that time was $20. Now, we didn't put out as much fertilizer. Well, I wasn't around at that time, but they did back in the early 80s. They didn't put out as much fertilizer as what we're using now. But the ROI, is it there? That's the question. Today we're putting out about twice as much fertilizer.
Well, the ground's used up,
and it's like I said, it cost them $20 to put out nitrogen back in. It costs $130 an acre to put it out. And I would say that's on the low side. That's what we do. I had a guy talking to me the other day. He's trying to figure out what we're doing to cut some of this cost. I haven't got to talk with him face to face yet. But he's asking questions because that's where I'm at. To be honest with you, we're not. I guarantee you, we're not breaking the yield records. I can tell you that. Now, would I like to? Yes, but it's the ROI was what it is. Tell
them what that means.
If it cost us, I'm going to say $1,200 an acre to put out a crop.
Yeah.
But we only get back $1,100, or say we get back $1,300. What's the difference in just spending like $600 and getting back $800? Yeah, you're making $200 instead of $100. So yes, yield numbers look good, but are they making the difference on the income, the ROI, return on investment there? Like I say, corn now, back in the 80s, 120 bushel was really good.
Yeah.
And now our county average is 179. Now, like I said, I was talking to you earlier, we like 220.
Yeah.
220, 250. But we sell it for $4.50. That's
it's the same.
That's right. And soybeans back then, 25 bushel was a good thing. And now county average again is around 50 bushel. So where are we heading at? I don't know, but fertilize has jumped one thing, anhydrous. This is facts right here, coming from receipts that we have.
Yeah.
Back in the 86, it cost $210 a ton. Today, it costs us farmers $900 a ton. It's 300%, as I think.
Wow. Why?
$2.60 a bushel. Times that by 300%. That's more than $4.50.
That's right. I think a lot of it is a seed, fertilizer, tractor company, everything it takes to put the input. They say, all right, these farmers are averaging 200 bushel an acre. and this is what it's cost them. Let's let them make $10 an acre. Let's get all we can. They know what you're making. They know.
I would like for you to drive around and look at. Now, when I say co-ops, I'm not talking about the Henry Farmers Co-op. I'm talking about co-ops that are owned by, if you say farmers, and these seed places and chemical places. Look what kind of vehicles they're driving.
Yeah.
Look and
look at the buildings.
To be honest with you, I mean, I've got a nice vehicle I drive.
Yeah.
It is a 2018 model, but still, I drive it and it works. And it gets, some days it's worked hard.
Yeah.
But it works. But you go around and look at those people, those businesses that are the middlemen.
Yeah.
My granddad and dad, you drive past it all the time. We have a seed cleaner up there.
Yeah.
And that's what Dad grew up doing, cleaning seed. My granddad did. We had another one down the road that was like I think it's like a great uncle that he had. They cleaned seed. They grew it. They cleaned it, and they sold it.
Yeah.
Now you can't do that.
No, because explain that to the viewers that don't understand. When you go out and you buy a sack of seed corn, you can't keep the seeds from that corn. You got to sell it. You can't replant it.
And also the seed will not produce what it would when you buy the seed.
Right.
But like soybeans, we have grown seed production soybeans before, but we cannot clean them up ourselves and plant them ourselves.
Right.
We have to sell them to them for market price.
Yeah.
Which right now is $10.50. Okay. They will turn around. They will clean it up at a private cleaning company. It's not the companies. It's somebody else, another middleman. They'll clean it up and then sell it back to us for I'm going to say a minimum of $55 for 50 pound.
Right.
Not even a bushel.
What is that? 60,000 seed count?
No, not soybeans. That would be more than that. It would be well, just the seed size in soybeans depends a lot. But we sell it. They sell it by the unit price, which is 50 pound.
How can it be legally? You buy a seed and you don't own it.
That's right.
How is that legal? That just tells me that the seed manufacturers,
lawyers,
and all that, they're stronger.
Yep. And that's the thing is, back in the day, they was able to do that. Yeah. We can still do that on wheat.
Right.
It's sort of what we call a gray area.
Yeah.
But we do that. Dad loves to do that. And he benefits off of it. So
it used to be when you grew a garden, I don't know, you won't remember, but we grew some of it to eat and some of it for next year's seed.
Yep. Put it in the freezer.
Watermelon.
Next year.
That's what we did. And every once in a while, you go down there and buy some fresh seed or something if you need a new variety or something.
That's right.
Out. But that is hard for me to understand. Because I'm not a farmer, but it's hard to understand. I'm going through a little of that now. When I buy a computer and I buy the program, but I also got to pay the manufacturer of the automobile to be able to look at their data and see what's wrong with your car. That's not wrong. They stopped that once before. I'm going to get on top of this one. But you buy the seed, right? You pay for it.
Yep.
They don't give it to you.
No.
And you grow it, say soybeans, and but you can't replant it.
Nope.
How did they legally get that done?
Money. Somehow.
That's
they had money and got it going.
Crazy.
Got it going.
But I do believe that these...
And we can't even see, they got what they call these trait fees that, like, if you own that trait that made that soybean.
Yeah.
Like I asked them, I said, can we just pay y'all the trait fee, which depends on who you talk to is what the trait fee is. That's like a secret or something.
Yeah.
$7 to $12 a bushel, somewhere in there. I'm like, can I pay y'all that trait fee? Mm-hmm. We clean them up and plant them ourselves. No. Because you know what that does? That takes out all the other middlemen.
Mm-hmm. I've heard of people getting sued over that.
Oh, yes, you can.
I've seen a big deal on YouTube where a guy was getting sued and somebody was talking about it. He said, prove to me that I don't own them.
Yep.
I paid for them. I grew them. They're my damn seeds. And not according to the lawyers of the seed manufacturers.
That's
they
right.
said, no, there are damn seeds. But, folks, y'all need to think about that part right there. This farmer, he grows them seeds, pays them manufacturers of the seeds. Say, I'm Pioneer. Let's just use them. Everybody heard of Seed Pioneer. He pays Pioneer for them seeds. He plants them, grows it, and when he gets the crop out of the field, he can't take any of the seeds and replant it. Nope, against the law. And that's I don't get it. It seems to me like those, and they got billions of dollars just to play with. They got the money.
Well, they're getting. Wait, y'all seen them? Y'all seen the lawsuits on TV? How much they're getting sued for this Roundup stuff?
Yeah,
they're actually getting. One particular company is getting out of the glyphosate business. Yeah. They're gonna. I guess they're gonna sell it to somebody else because only one company makes glyphosate, as far as I know.
Yeah. But it's insanity, and they still in business. Give out billions and billions of dollars, and that's what's wrong. That's why that your food cost is so high.
And we sell these companies. They sell back and forth.
Oh yeah,
and they buy out other companies for billions of millions of dollars,
billions.
And what are they doing? They're taking the power so that the farmers have to use them.
Look,
and then they got control of price.
Really, there's a lot of mom and pop seed companies around. There's one I see advertising all the time, but generally, there's only 4 or 5 major seed companies in the world.
Yeah,
and they control the market. So how hard would it be to get 4 of them in here to my table right here, my podcast table, and we all sit there and come up with a deal? You're going to pay $1,000 an acre for corn next year.
Yep.
They know what the corn's going to bring.
Yeah, because they can look it up. I mean, they're the ones in control of it.
That's it, right. They know this is going to bring, let's use easy numbers, $3 a bushel. And with our corn crop, he's going to average 200 bushel an acre. All right, folks, we can charge him this much for it, and he can still make just enough to make him want to farm next year. That's where the problem is. They know they see the seed, they know what it's going to make, they know what you're going to get for it, so they can charge you all the hell they want to.
Yep.
And
then what are we going to do? Because as farmers, we can't just set out. I keep saying, can we just set out for a year? I mean, all the farmers in the U.S. just set out for a year. We can't do that because Argentina or Brazil,
suck it up, boy.
They're gonna burn down some more forest. Or something.
How are you going to pay that $10 million it cost you last year to put that crop in?
That's right.
I mean, think about this. I've talked to some other farmers one time. I'm not going to say names. You can, but I'm not. And he said, man, it's a big time farmer. He said, man, it ain't nothing for me to spend $250 million cropping, put my crop in the ground. I said, do what? He said, yeah, grand. He said, yeah. I said, your money? He said, no, it ain't my money. He said, I have to borrow it.
Like I said, I know a guy, he's got, I think 3 of them $1.6 million combines.
Yeah.
And he trades them like every other year or something like that. I don't know.
I buy my exhaust. I am going to give you one name. I buy my exhaust from a company that I started with over in Fulton, Kentucky called, back then it was Full Line. Now I don't know what it is now. And Ronnie Johns, you heard that big farmer?
Yep.
Ronnie John, how much does he own?
I ain't no telling.
He owns hundreds of thousands. He owns Mississippi, Kentucky, Tennessee, 100,000. He owns it. And he uses the money, I'm sure, from he's got about 10 or 12 warehouses that he sells exhaust and car parts through. That's probably where he gets his money to farm with. I can't see farming when you're making $10 an acre, $20 an acre profit, and you got to eat out of that too. I'm talking about net. At the very end, what Blake gets to put in the bank and him and his wife go out and spend, help the economy. It's not a lot per acre.
Me and my brother-in-law, we talk back and forth, and of course he's working in a food manufacturing plant and everything, and he's one of them people that think farmers are rich. And I just sat down with him one day and said, see, this is what we've got.
Well, everybody's in business. I got a couple questions. I'll let you go back.
Yeah.
Somebody asked, this is another personal question. Was you profit or did you lose last year?
The grain's still in the bin. We're hoping for the market to go up.
So you don't know yet?
Don't know.
You got it's got to be gone for next year's crop.
Me personally, I've sold some.
You have to. You got to operate.
That's right. We've got to cover our bills.
Yeah.
And like I say, some of our bills ain't due until later on. And like I say, we're holding out what we can. I mean, we're trying to get maximum dollars.
That's everybody.
But
somebody asked, why do you think you need twice as much fertilizer today as you did compared to the 80s? Is the ground getting wore out?
No.
Okay.
We don't use as much. My dad. Like I say, my dad, they grew up spread and fertilize. That's what we're taught.
Broadcasting it.
Yeah, just go down to the local co-op, buy some fertilizer, and throw it out.
Yeah, broadcast it out.
And then they've got if you want to make so and so bushels, this is what you need. And people will say you're robbing the ground. You're robbing the ground. And like I say, my dad, me and him talk back and forth about what we're doing, fertilize-wise now. And we don't spread dry fertilize on our crops due to the financial side of it. And like I said earlier, the ROI. We're putting out, when we plant, we're putting out the fertilize on the seed. It's right there at the seed instead of throwing it out there everywhere.
Yeah, you don't want to broadcast between the rows. You want to broadcast the rows. But
as far as God created this ground to take care of itself, and if you fight against that, you'll fight against it forever.
I guess you're right.
But if you try and take care of your ground, it will support it. And the government knows that. And the government, who is it? RFK. He is trying to pass something where farmers will get just a little bit more money. I think it's 12 million, not billions, but millions to go across all the U.S. For what they call regenerative agriculture. Things that we already do, planting cover crops, because that takes care of the ground.
Yeah, you used to. You planted clover.
Yeah.
Now, and that's kind of what I thought. Wheat's a winter crop, I know, but it was also kind of a cover crop.
We use it as a cover crop now.
Yeah,
Wheat and oats is good cover crops.
But back in the day, you had a plow on the ground. Now it's all no-till.
Yep.
And it used to, the farmers, you went out there and you broke the ground up. One year you do it north to south. Next year you do it east to west. That's the way I was raised. And then you go in there and you get old spreader behind your tractor and run across that field. It was slinging it like a salt truck does.
Yep.
Fertilizer all over the field, and you disced it in. And then you heard it's flat, and you went down there with a planter and you planted your crop. And you come back and side dressed it. That's old school.
Yep.
You'd go broke doing that now.
Yeah,
your land would be over in your neighbor's field time a good brain hit.
Especially in West Tennessee, the hills and stuff that we try and farm. We farm stuff that we shouldn't be farming, but we farm what we can.
No-till.
No-till, yes, that does help.
Yeah. But I still think, I hate to butt in again, but I still think you need to break that ground every so often. Break it up.
I'm in a prediction that I don't think you need to plow it because we're introducing so much oxygen in there. You're getting rid of organic matter. You're getting rid of the microbes.
You're smarter than I am.
And everything like that.
But don't it get that matter all wadded up, break all that loose in there, or do you want that?
You're introducing so much oxygen to it that it depletes some of it.
So it's better not to ever break it up.
I think every 7 years, I think you could benefit off of it. Not necessarily from plowing,
maybe disking.
what I call like a mobile plow, but like disking, I think you can benefit off of it. We're not quite there yet. We haven't been on our 7 years yet with the program that we're on. I don't think it's right there at it. And I soil test, so I know what's there. And like I say, when you release, you introduce so much oxygen to that ground whenever you disc it and break it up. You're killing the microbes, which is the one that makes the ground work. It would be like, what if we put 100% nitrogen? What if we put 100% oxygen in your oxygen mask? You wouldn't last long.
No, you'd die.
So that's what we're doing to the ground when we break it up.
Right,
we're introducing so much oxygen. Best thing, if you wanted to plow it, you can plow it. I think this is all my personal trials and thinking. But if you plow it up and roll it down, like if you had a packer or something right behind your equipment, mashing it back down so the oxygen can't get in there as much, I think you could benefit a lot.
Do you and your daddy argue sometimes over the process of farming?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
I bet you did. Because I can tell you study it.
Because like I say, he's
old school like myself.
Yeah, I guess you call it old school, and then like I say, we're moving forwards. Everything has changed. I mean, look at the Model A car and look where we're at today.
Yeah.
Where has farming changed from the Model A?
we're on up there to up there to electric cars now. That's where you at.
Yep, that's right.
What about China buying land? What's going on with
I tell you, Arkansas kicked them out, and I think that's a smart move.
It is. That girl down there, governor of Arkansas, son, she's tough. What was her name? I forgot.
I don't know what their names
are. Tell me my ear back there. She used to be the White House. Sarah Sanders, Mike Huckabee used to be the governor of Arkansas. His daughter's governor now. She's tough.
Yep. But if I want you to really look up where China owns our ground. Well, yeah, our ground, the U.S. ground. Where do they own it? Around military bases and around river ports.
Yeah, they do.
Why is that?
But that's the question. But when they buy our land, I don't like it. No, I don't like it. But it ain't like they buy our car and carry it back to China. They can't tear that land back with them. All we got to do is say, you're out and you're gone. We can take it back.
Technology.
They want it. Yeah.
That's why Argentina grows the beans they grow.
Yeah.
Record yields. Why? Because they have gotten our technology.
That's what I said. Y'all taught them how to farm.
We as farmers, we shoot our own self in the foot, and I'm guilty of it too. But take, for instance, say people from Kentucky does this a lot. They get these people from down south, Brazil and stuff, to come up for free, and they'll put them up in a hotel room, tour their whole farms, tell them exactly what they're doing. But I tell you, if I go talk to them, they won't tell me nothing.
Oh, you're right.
Because they're afraid I'll come and take over their rent.
Yeah.
Well, what's Argentina and Brazil doing?
Yeah.
They're getting our technology. They're taking these notes.
Yeah.
They're taking it back and implementing it.
Sure they are.
And that's why they're.
Are they paying the same for seeds as we are? Same companies sell them seeds and sells us seeds.
Oh yeah.
I wonder if they're paying the same price, or are they getting some kind of?
Some of our seed corn comes from South America.
Wow, but I wonder if they're paying the same price for seeds as y'all are paying a bag.
It's probably cheaper.
Oh, it is.
To be honest with you,
I'm sure.
And like right now with everything going on, I think like Argentina's getting I think China's paying them like a $2 to $2.50 premium for soybeans.
Yeah.
Which puts them around, I don't know, somewhere probably, I don't know this for a fact, but around $11 a bushel or $12 a bushel. We're cheaper than that. The U.S. farmer is cheaper than that. But they don't want to buy from us.
Yeah, why?
Politics.
Pissed off. That's
politics.
Right.
And they're not struggling. They're not struggling. So what's got to change? The way we think of stuff.
Yeah.
Because there's other markets out there that they can rely on.
Yeah. They used to rely on us.
Right.
Russia did it one time. They relied on us.
Yeah.
And they kind of got away from us.
What
China.
What was the purpose of the embargo?
Yeah.
Because the companies relied on our food.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's what they was trying to do, create hardships over there.
Yeah.
Because we're not giving them no food.
That's right. Same way with China right now. China's got, 9 billion people in China, whatever number it is. They can't feed themselves. China is not a good continent. I don't care what anybody. It's not a good continent for like America. We're blessed to be in a breadbasket.
Yes, we
in
are.
America. China ain't. China is not good land over there. So them billions of people got to be eating somewhere.
Yep.
And now they're trying to take over the world with
they
all
grow
their
pigs, though.
That's and grow pigs. That's right. Well, yeah. You don't take much to grow a pig.
Yep.
I mean, it does, but not if you turn them like they're doing it. But the point I'm getting at, and they'll take a cardboard and grind it up and put it in our corn, put it in our flour and send it back. I don't know if you heard about that. But we've got to look at China in a couple ways. They shouldn't be our enemy. I don't believe America needs an enemy with Russia. We don't need an enemy with China. None of these countries. And when I say that, what I mean, let's quit looking at them as an enemy and try to find a way to get along.
Do business with them.
Do business with them. Just like if I was your neighbor, we moved inside, which we are, but not our land don't touch.
Right.
But if I did, and my land and your land touch, are we going to argue over exactly if you got your plow, your planter is 8 inches over on my land, or if mine's 8 inches on your land? No, we're just going to say no, worry about it. That's how I am. I'm sure you're the same.
That's how it would be nice to be. It's getting to where now it's not.
It ain't, but that's how it ought to be, because you got to live with him. And China and Russia is going to be here. They're not going anywhere. Why don't we try to find ways to live with them? Get a trade going. It's fair. That's why I like the tariffs. It's tough right now. And it's fortunate China to go other places, but I don't think Argentina, South America can feed the world as cheap as America can when all that Americanizing leaves them. In other words, when those immigrants come up here and work for these farmers and stuff, once they get Americanized, they send them back and get some un-Americanized. Because once and I think Argentina's going to be the same way. I think eventually they're going to get to where they can't do what they're doing because we are getting pissed at them. We're all down there in Venezuela right now. We're bombing them and doing everything in the world to them. We're going to finally cut off technology if Donald Trump gets his way.
Well, I don't agree with all that bombing down there anyway. They're getting into politics.
That's right. But the point I'm getting at is we're going to have to do something.
Yep.
Because American farmer, we're either going to have to quit trying to feed the world and go back just feeding America.
That's right.
And then we don't need as many farmers.
Yep.
And that's sad. Which farmers are going to stay? Is it going to be the big farmers or is it going to be the small farmer? And a small farmer, when I was a kid, was 50 acres, and a big farmer, I can remember when somebody farmed 1,000 acres, they was going around, I'm farming 1,000. You thought, good God Almighty. Now that's 1,000 acres, a small farmer.
Yeah, we're a small farm.
Yeah, kind of, no, but at one time that was huge.
Yep.
And in Cottage Grove, where you and I live at, Puryear, Whitlock, we're in an area that really ain't a name for us, are they?
Yeah,
really,
that's right. Yeah,
we are.
in between.
Yeah, we are kind of God's country, right? But when you was a kid, I know it was when I was younger, there was not that many landowners.
Uh-huh.
All that farmland out there, which is Henry County, Cottage Grove area is where your good farms are, that area out there, the northwest Henry County.
That's right.
And there wasn't but 5 or 6, there wasn't, hell, it was a lot of different farm owners. I mean, I consider start naming names, so could you, but now it's down just, well, that's Stewart's farm, that's the Workman farm, that's Tosh.
Yeah, it's probably about
6.
I'm going to say 5 or 6.
Yeah. And I don't mind saying, and Bearman, they're buying up a lot of land out there, and Diggs is. I can go on, but there was, when I was a kid, it was, if you wanted to go out there and go hunting, you called Stewart, you'd call the next door neighbor, you call 4 or 5 of them in a row there, because that's what it took to get 100 acres to hunt on. And now it ain't like that.
That's right.
Is that good or bad?
I would like to go back to what it used to be. It would be hard on people, but I think it would be an eye opener as well. There's a lot of people that don't know how to grow.
That's right.
Say some green beans.
Yeah, you're right.
Or
and a lot of farmers,
like
a lot of landowners are not farmers. That's an investment. They got money coming in from somewhere else, like probably
Who's the biggest farmer? Landowner.
Yeah.
Agriculture, Bill Gates.
Yep.
And that goes into something else. He owns railroads.
That's right. But you're exactly right. What I was saying, though, is these guys are not farmers, landowners, other than Tosh. Tosh is a big farmer. But, there's a lot of people that don't farm on a lot of big land. They just lease it out. They got all this cash.
That's right.
And they go out here and they'll pay. They got to do something with that cash. They buy farmland and you rent it from them.
Yep.
They say, well, I could put $20 million in the stock market and make X amount, or I can put it in farmland and Stewart to pay me more money than that. That's where they're at.
Ground, I don't think ground will ever lose its value because there's not making any more of it.
No. It's going to, I disagree. I think, I watch over in Missouri.
When has ground went down?
It hasn't. It hasn't. But what I'm saying, it did go down in the 80s when they had that bad deal back in there. Yeah,
a little bit.
Yeah, it did.
But how long did it stay down?
Until the farmer come back. But are we in the same predicament was in back then? The reason why I say I think farming is going to go down in price, number one, you're going to farm again next year, and you're going to try to farm with your children, your grandchildren. You want to keep that farm. But we couldn't decide earlier what's going to change. So you, as a farmer, your generation could make a bad decision, and it's gone. And your child, your son, could make a bad decision, it's gone. And what's going to happen then? If is farmland more valuable in the middle of nowhere, the field across from the airport out there would be somebody could build housing all out there. I do agree.
That's right. 218 bypass.
That's right. But there is some farm that you got. What good? What was you didn't put a farm on it? What good is it if you couldn't farm that land? If you couldn't put a planter in it, what can you do with it?
Build houses.
Well, not really. Not out in the middle of some of the farms. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they'll do it.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. But that's why I think the farmland.
Clarksville.
Yeah, but that's why I think some of your farmland will go down if we ever have a catastrophe because of that. What you got there across from all that land out there, I don't know how many acres that is across from the airport. That's how many acres is that?
Well, in all that ground there, it's around 200.
Okay.
But
it's going to always be worth money. It's an airport, and you can build houses.
Yep.
But some of your farms is kind of off of Stewart Road back there. They got a road named after you know all that Stewart Road back up in there. Some of that land up there, you get down there, you'd have to sell 100 acres.
Well, where I got my house at, it's just sort of like I told a guy,
holding the world
together. I said it's just holding the earth together. And he said, "What did you say?" I said, "It ain't worth nothing. I mean, you can't do nothing with it."
No, that's only land I can buy. You can't farm it.
But somebody will come in and pull a dozer and trackhoe in there, and they will make it so they build houses on it.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I've seen it happen. Many
I have
times.
too. And they buy 2 acres. They call it a farm when they come here from other places.
And
what else you want to talk? I'm gonna get you out here.
Us personally, I mean, we've got people knocking at our door. Well, my dad does. I mean, he's the one making the decisions on this particular part. Well, he makes a lot of decisions. But we've got people knocking on our door hard to buy up a lot of our ground to put solar panels on.
Whew, man, I hope not.
And I don't know if you live in Puryear, but I mean the ones that live in Puryear, they just bought up a lot of ground down there.
I hear a lot of problems it's causing. I don't know if Puryear's saying it or not, but I talked to a guy about that. And he told me some stuff. That's another show in itself. But it heats the air up around it. Your temperature gets hotter. It's bad on the ground. It's bad on animals. It's absolutely the worst way to make electricity.
Yep. I've got a lot of theories on all that, things that we could do that would actually benefit. I think. Would it work? I don't know. I'm not no engineer.
Me neither. But the first engineer wasn't either.
But some things we do on the farm, the engineers say won't work, and they do work.
Yeah.
But another thing I want to look at is dairy farmers. They have.
Oh man. Dairy
farmers are real bad. And I've got some numbers here, and this come from a dairy farmer here in Henry County. Back in 1990, it's not too long ago, they was getting paid for their milk $15 per hundredweight, which is equivalent to about 12 gallons of milk. That would be
about $1 a gallon. Make it easy number.
That's right. Okay, today. I just talked to the guy. Well, actually, my brother, because he had his phone number.
Yeah.
They're getting $17 now, from 1990 to now. $2 increase.
That's why there's no milk farms.
That's right.
What's his input cost? Does it only went up $2?
No, it's went up. Now, and that's where the people, we've got to stand up and go to our officials and be like, hey, we want to change. But like us farmers, we can't go to Washington D.C. They would love to hear from us, but we think we can't go up there because we're too busy. And that might catch up with us one day. I don't know. But I know a phone call away, you can call your elected officials and complain about things going on.
But nobody. Do anybody know what's causing all the farmers' problems? It's not a one thing. It's a number of things.
It's a lot of the middlemen.
It is. And it's killing it. Like I said earlier, them guys that sells you that seed, they know how much fertilizer it's going to take. So they're in cahoots with the fertilizer, and they know how much you're going to yield, and they know how much profit you're going to make, and they say they would take all your profit if you keep farming.
Well, like our seed corn, I don't even know how many hands it goes through.
Yeah.
I know it goes through the co-op.
Yeah.
Okay. It goes through, I know, our seed dealer.
Yeah.
It goes through him.
Yeah.
So that's 2 already. I don't know how many more is up the line. It goes through at least 1 more, I know.
I'm sure.
How many more does it go through?
And everybody's got to make $1 on it.
That's right.
But the point of it is, that's sold to you knowing what you're going to yield.
Yep.
They know that corn could possibly make 200 bushel an acre, and they know what it's going to cost you to put that. They're going to say, well, old Blake down there, let's let him make $10 an acre. When they order, and that's wrong. Well, they know what you're going to make. You know, and then they'll say, well, they'll go lobby it up here in Washington to get these farmers some money. Well, you get it, but it only goes straight to the seed and the fertilizer.
That's right.
That's who you own them. That's what you need the damn money to pay them guys.
Yep.
So they just go up and say, hey, help Blake out, help Blake out. They send that money and they say, hey, Blake, write that check to me.
And the news makes and the worldly people, the ones that are out in the world watching TV, they think we're benefiting from it.
Yeah, we're not benefiting.
But
we're in trouble.
Yep.
Farming's in trouble. What else you got to say before I let you go?
Henry County, I mean, I just want to go over just a little bit of statistics for Henry County. I mean, there's 174,000 acres in Henry County. Now, not all that's counting hay ground. That's counting things that cows are walking across. Yeah. There's 42,000 acres of soybeans and 33,000 acres of corn, which roughly brings in $40 million into Henry County.
Wow. That's through seeds, fertilizer, diesel, and all that. That's
right. But you know what? And this might be the wrong thing to say on here. Henry County Chamber of Commerce ain't never came and talked to me.
Well, no, that's right. You produce a lot, man.
But farmer, and it's not just me; it's all the farmers, even the ones that are that think they don't make a difference. Y'all do make a difference.
Sure, farmers do. Look. Let me tell you how big a difference you make. That $40 million, whatever part of that is yours, you trade at my shop.
Well, that's right. A lot of that.
You come to my shop, and I fix your car. And you know what I do? When I take that money, I pay my guys. And my guys that worked on your car, and me personally, I spend it back in the community.
That's right.
So you pull that $40 million out of Henry County.
It's going right back.
Yeah. It's coming right back here because we, as business owners, you know, where do you buy? You go to the grocery store.
Yep.
You go get your car fixed.
That's
your dad
right.
is up the other day. The family, that money stays local.
Yep.
You know, it does. I mean, and I don't think the average person understands how much business is local. A dollar bill, I've heard rumors it ends up being $100. It may be. I don't know that number, but the dollar that your dad spent with me at my shop, right there, you know, I made profit.
Well, yeah, you got to.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. My profit comes to me, and I go out and I buy a product at the grocery store that your father probably, and I'm talking about you probably helped produce it. So it's a circle. It never ends. But when you got somebody like a government or a seed company or somebody chopping that circle, you know, it messes it all up. You as a farmer should be paid for your risk. Because it's a risk farming. Hell, I take a risk. Any business owner's a risk, you know. But y'all got a hell of a risk because, you know, you got to hope it rains.
That's right.
And rains the right amount at the right time. But when it does, this is a bad thing about farming too. When you do have a bumper crop and boy, you're smiling, you're making 220 bushels of corn, you're doing good. Happen. No, everybody else is too.
Yep.
So the price is going to come down.
Yep. Something's going to happen.
Yeah, it's going to be because everybody else is too. You know, if you're the only one making it, everybody
price might not come down yet, but the inputs are going to go up.
That's right. Something's going to happen.
And they don't come back down.
Somebody said you need to get back into tractor pulling. I think that's what you need to do. You and your daddy go out there and build 6 or 8 more engines. Stick on there.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah, like you ain't guys.
A lot of money and time. Time. That's a big thing. Time.
It is.
We was gone. It got to where we was gone all the time, and the competition we was up against has got millions.
Oh yeah.
And
your daddy talked about that.
And
you see that picture on that wall, that race car over yonder. See that? You don't think I chased that too? I was independent. I had some sponsors. I sure did. I'm not going to say I didn't. And they was good people, and I used them sponsors on other projects I did down the road because they trusted in me.
Yep.
But I was basically a small independent, but I'd outrun your ass. You know what I'm talking? Not you personally, but if you had to watch
That's
it.
Right.
I got something here I'm going to talk to you about that we ain't talked about this. You got a son with a birthday tomorrow.
Yep.
Oh, you do? How old is your boy?
He'll be 6.
What's his name?
James Braden.
James Braden. Look at that camera right there and wish that boy a happy birthday tomorrow.
Happy birthday, Braden.
we gotta call out them boys. You know I knew all that. See that little monitor right there? See that little typing on there?
Yeah.
Them girls in the back, they know what they're doing back there. I'm not that
right.
smart. They tax me all that stuff. You know, I don't get to watch the feeds on Facebook, YouTube, and all the platforms, but Dana back here in the back, she's flipping through all of them. She finds good questions. She pops them up here.
Yeah.
somebody asked what's the cost of your crop insurance per year. Before we go, I want to answer some of these quick questions if you know.
Yeah. I mean, like I say, you can get cheap crop insurance, or you can go in debt buying crop insurance. It depends on how much you want in
if
return.
you just wanted insurance to cover your costs where you didn't lose your butt.
We would be $25 to $35, Nick.
Wow, it's got that. I remember it was $10.
Yeah.
So it's 25, and you get up to 60.
Well, they're covering more dollars.
Yeah, they are, because Cross is on it. Yeah.
Of course, that's government funded as well.
Yeah.
So that's more government money.
What's a bag of,
more or less?
Let's stay on corn. What is it? So let's say $25 just for insurance. What's a sack of corn cost now? Feed? What's it cost?
You talk about seed corn?
Yeah.
A bag of seed corn is $300, and that plants 2.5 acres.
That's what I was going to say, 2.5 acres. So we're up to 150 plus that insurance at 25. We're up to 200, and we ain't bought no diesel fuel, put no fertilizer.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, and like I say, our fertilize. Of course, it comes through so many hands. That's
but you got to have it. If it come through 50 hands or just one hand, it doesn't matter. You got to have it, and the price has got to be.
And a lot of it comes from different countries.
It does.
And it's the countries that we're fighting against.
Yeah. If we did go to war with Russia, we're going to take their fertilizer plants over and send it back. Trump did that in Venezuela. He said, what are you going to do with that oil rig? He said, I'm going to take the oil out of it, and I'll probably keep the ship too.
Yep.
You know, and that's good. I'm not for all that, but I'm good to hear that for a change. We didn't take the oil. We're going to give it to another country. Yep. No, we took it. Let's give it to us, right?
Yeah.
What else you want to talk before I let you go, bro?
We
talked about everything, ain't we?
Well, I want y'all at home to do some research, because, like I say, there's marketing issues. That's one thing I learned in school. It's one thing they taught. I took marketing and business and marketing. That's what the class was. You can market something even if it's not correct. Well, it can be correct. Like, next time you're at Walmart, I want you to go in there and just take, for instance, green beans, because they're simple, and look and see if you see a can that says non-GMO. You'll find them there. Every green bean grown is non-GMO, but it's an advertising market. People see that non-GMO, or they'll see that organic. Yeah. Organic is not the same now as what it was 20 years ago.
And what about these free grazing chicken eggs? Hell, they just let them out there in the grass field and put them up at night.
Most of them stay in the barn.
That's right. They do. And they let them out, get in that grass where they can say, they are free grazing.
That Vital Farms that y'all see.
Yeah.
Go talk to some of the farmers. Go just drive by the barns.
Yeah.
They stay in the barns a lot.
Yeah.
Now they are free in the barns.
Yeah.
But they're not pasture raised. Go to Kroger. They got.
You can't get a good egg unless it eats bugs and crickets, and that's when them eggs are good, dude. You got a chicken out there in the yard running around eating all that. You don't have ticks in the yard much. You don't have anything. There for a while when the eggs got high, everybody's raising chicken.
Yeah. Well, they still do. A lot of people raise chickens, but nobody will buy them from them. That's the thing. Yeah. That's the problem. It's convenience. Yeah. It's convenient to go to Walmart and buy everything you need.
Well, it's kind of like,
understand that.
It's kind of like in a restaurant. You get a French fries, crinkle cut French fries. Well, 9 times out of 10, do you know how that French fry is made? Well, see, the company bought a bunch of potatoes. They ground them all up, put them in water, right?
Yep.
And then they send them through an injecting molding and make them look like a French fry, crinkle cut.
Yep.
And then they freeze it, and they send it to a restaurant. Well, see, the restaurant had to pay for all that.
Oh, yeah.
To where he could take a potato for 15 cents, put it up there and slice it himself.
Back where I live, that's what used to be grown out there, Tater Town.
That's right. And you take that tater and run it there and throw it in a deep fryer for 15 cents, where you paying $1 for the other one.
Yep.
But it's the convenience.
That's right.
Because most people ain't got enough damn sense to be able to do it right. So you just got to be ready for them to go. Same way with everything else. It's all about convenience stores.
Yep.
That's why milk, that's the cheapest place to buy milk 9 times out of 10 is convenience store. Because, you're and other things are higher because you're paying for a convenience.
Yeah. That bottled drink you're buying.
That's right.
That's what's paying the bills.
That's right. You're paying for it. But we could do better. Support local businesses when you can. You know, when I was a kid, all these grocery stores delivered.
Yep.
It did. It went away. Then everybody started going, now it's coming back.
Yep.
You know, I tell everybody this when they complain, you got to stay on social media. I'm one of the big influencers on social media because I'm everywhere. I know that. I am part of social media. And for my age, that's very unusual, somebody my age being social media. But the way things change, the more it stays the same.
Yep.
Everything's going to make a circle. There was a time when they would go, you could call the grocery store and they'd order your food. They'd bring it to you. If you wasn't home, they'd put your milk in the refrigerator and your dry goods in your cabinets. Well, we got away from that.
Yep.
A place called You Told 'Em. That was before my time. That's what it was, the name of the store. You told them you went in there and you got your own food yourself.
Yep.
Then they come up with a shopping cart. Then they come up with all this other stuff. And now what are we doing? We're going right back to where you get on your app on your phone and call Walmart and they bring you your food.
And you don't know, but you don't know where that food comes from.
I have no clue.
And and like this beef.
Well, look at it. It'll tell you on there. Taiwan.
Well, Wendy's, they import this beef. I don't forget what country it's from. Everybody's heard
Brazil.
where it's from. Never frozen.
Yeah. Well, how's it get here?
I don't know. That's what I said. Here's
another question on Facebook. You're smart, man. How many millions, and I'm not knocking McDonald's by no means, they're a good guy. They give a lot of employment. They're good for the community. They are. They give a lot of employment, and it's beef. There's no doubt it's beef. But my question is this. They serve 1 billion hamburgers a year.
Yeah.
Now, how many damn cows it take to grow to make 1 billion hamburgers?
A lot.
Where they at? Do you ever go by and see a big field full of cows? And
Mexico.
No, they say U.S., but I don't know where.
The United States buys beef cows from Mexico.
Right.
We can have them for a couple of days and slaughter them as U.S. beef.
Yeah, you're right. How long's it got to be here?
But I tell you, chickens, chicken, it comes from the United States.
Yeah.
And a lot of it comes from Arkansas.
Yeah. It's Kentucky, too.
But
Tyson does a lot of that.
Yep, Tyson.
Chicken's relatively cheap, and believe it or not, comparably, some of your pork's relatively cheap. Mm-hmm. But that damn beef is through the damn roof.
It is.
You know,
and it's due. Like I say, the pricing has got up. We're at the lowest. Cows is at the lowest level now.
Yeah.
I think from like back in the
50s,
I do believe, yeah.
And you can't grow it overnight.
And
you got to have mama cows, have baby cows, and they got to have baby cows. You know, it takes what?
That's
20 years to get back, 10 years anyway.
It takes a while.
Yeah.
And that's what the government's thinking about now is they're trying to, like I say, farmers, you throw out a little money, we'll run after it. Yeah. They're thinking about, and of course, this is how it's got to work. They're trying to pay the farmers to hold their heifers, which makes mama cows eventually.
Yeah.
Now, should it be to that state? No, I don't agree with.
Well, they're closing down slaughterhouses.
Yeah. So, but like I say, the United States relies on other countries very heavily, probably more than what you think.
Oh yeah.
Like I say, I don't know this for a fact, and I would encourage y'all to look this up, but I think like 60% of our beef comes from Mexico. And like I say, one thing that's run the price up is this screwworm thing that's this disease that we don't want over here. It's a bad disease. Right. But so now we're running to beef has got so high. Now I don't think we've always bought beef from Argentina, but they're trying to buy more from Argentina to try and cut down our cost.
To us.
Now, yes.
Well, what got us? Why did all the farmers sell the cows? That's the $1 million question. I've read that. I've researched it. There's a number. Whoever you asked is a different answer. At one time, we had plenty of cows in this country. Everybody and their brother had a few calves and cows. You know how it was back years ago.
Well,
inventory now there is none.
I tell you, I used to have 30 cows. Yeah. Now, I'm not no big cow farmer. Yeah. 30 cows is nothing.
Yeah.
I saved the heifers that came off of them. I don't have one heifer walking on my place now because I sold it for $5 a pound.
There you go.
Why am I going to feed that thing?
We had a drought a few years ago. Couldn't get no hay.
2012.
That's right. A lot of farmers got rid of them. They just carried them, just overrun the slaughterhouses. And
what? I know a place that in 2013, I do believe, down south was a drought, and we bought a lot of cows down south.
Yeah.
We had the hay up here. We shipped it down south.
That's right.
That's where my sister lives. Yeah. We shipped it down south, and they fed the cows. We brought some of them up here.
Yeah. But there's a lot of farmers. They got rid of their inventory.
Yep.
They just sold the cows.
He had one roll of hay left.
That's right. They got rid of their inventory. They can't feed them. I mean, they can't. They can't eat snowballs and dirt clods.
Yep. but yeah, one thing I would like to say. If you want to go like my Facebook page, Stewart Farms, you can find some information about it, or simply come to the place. I'll show you. I'll sit down with you. Yeah. I've got plenty of time.
You do.
Well, I say I've got plenty of time.
Right now, you do.
I would a lot rather you get the information from a source, a reliable source like an individual. Go to any of these farmers, and ask them what are you doing with your grain? Yeah. Some of them might not be able to answer. Some of them do. I've talked to a lot of people where our grain goes. Yeah. What we're doing, like a lot of our corn stays. Well, it's put into the finished product in Jackson, Tennessee. Used to be majority of our corn. Makes grits. I'm pretty sure I'm right on this. Every grit that is made in that is sold in the United States comes from Jackson, Tennessee.
Wow.
Even in Alaska.
Yeah. Used to be. What is that place in Jackson? Used to can a lot of vegetables. They was growing purple whole peas right beside of me.
Well, that's I don't think that's Pick Sweet.
Yeah, Pick Sweet. Yeah. Those Jackson.
No, it's not in Jackson. It's is it Hall? I'm
somewhere in Tennessee.
But Pick Sweet.
Yeah, they was growing it right next to me.
Yeah.
And you go out there in the combine, pick them peas, and they come back again. You said, "Why didn't you get you some?"
That stuff is in your grocery store.
It is. Yeah.
So do some research on where it comes from.
Yeah.
Not necessarily where the label says it comes from, because I know stuff that's packaged down there in Jackson that says it comes from Chicago, but it came from Jackson. It's just where the bag was printed at.
You're right.
So Martha White flour. There's other flours out there that's coming from grain grown in West Tennessee.
Yeah.
And if you eat grits,
I like Martha White flour. To be honest with you.
And
that's Stewart. I'm probably eating Stewart Farm.
There's a chance that you are, or
it's mixed in it.
We're not the only ones. I mean,
but it's mixed in. They don't know.
We just discovered that there's 30,000 acres of corn grown in Henry County.
Wow.
And to be honest with you, a lot of that goes down to Jackson.
Yep. Yeah, Dana just said, I like my cornbread made from Martha White Corn Mill.
Yeah, and there's, like I say, I can't think of the other names, but there's a lot of different brands of flour that comes out of Jackson.
Right.
So,
well, man, I've enjoyed this. If you anything else you want to say for that, we're almost 2 hours.
Well, there's a lot of stuff I'd like to say, but come to the farm.
Blake, man, I appreciate it. Everybody comes on the show. They want to know, man, you're the Brewer Street Mafia. How'd I get into Mafia? You've always wondered. I know you wonder, how can you get into Mafia? Well, I have to, I'm being the godfather of Brewer Street Mafia. I got to check you out and vet you. But you're a pretty good dude. You're my friend. Knows you a long time. I'm going to make you an official member.
Oh, look at there.
Of the Brewer Street Mafia. You read what that says. It tells you right there. What's that tell?
Official member of the Brewer Street Mafia.
That's
Mike
right.
Weatherford Show.
There you go. Well, welcome to the club, brother.
Thank you.
Hey,
Thank
man,
you.
I've enjoyed it. Have you?
Yes, sir, I have.
We covered a lot, didn't we? In 2 hours.
Yep.
There's so many rabbit holes you open. Sometimes I butt in on you, but you open a rabbit hole. Until you're a host, you'll understand. I don't interview people. We have a conversation. In conversations, you talk over everybody. But you open up so many rabbit holes, man. I thought my viewers would hear some more stuff, and we didn't have a plot. No. We didn't even talk beforehand.
No, he called me.
Yeah.
You called me and said, hey, you want to come on the show?
Yeah.
I'm like,
what for?
Okay, what are we talking about? He said, I want to talk about farming. That's what he told me.
Yeah.
I didn't have a clue what to expect. Not a clue. But I knew we'd make it.
That's right. And I text you today.
Yep.
And I said, hey, don't forget tonight.
Yep, that's right.
And I said, hey, I'm going to talk about cows too. He said, okay. But that's how I do my show. It's off the cuff, and it's real. And that's what I like about it. It's real. It's a conversation. I don't do interview. If you want to watch an interview, watch another show. I just have conversation because we found out the truth.
That's right. And it's the tip of an iceberg. Most all your shows are.
Yeah, and I don't have time to get deep.
That's right. Go and talk to those individuals.
Go
more.
and talk to them. But I try to do what people want to know because I watch the news and I read stuff and believe it or not, I watch a lot of YouTube videos from certain farmers out there. And I said, man, they're struggling. Farmers are struggling right now. This one guy was telling about, like I said a while ago, I got that from him. He's a big farmer in Arkansas.
Yep.
He said, when you got your seed companies knowing what this is going to produce, they're going to leave just enough meat on the bone at the end. They know what your input costs. They know what your fertilizer, your land payment. They know. They got billions of dollars to research this. They're going to know, and they're going to leave just the meat on the bone to keep you coming back and farming next year. He said they're going to continue till us farmers look up one day and say, we ain't going to play your game no more. Well, he said we're going to have to find a way to stop that.
And that's the thing now. We're in a position in the farming industry that the generation that's farming now,
walk away.
Something's got to happen to that ground.
Yeah,
either they got to have family that
yes, sir,
that they pass it to, or it's going to be sold to development.
That's right. Blake, you want to do another one sometime?
Sure. I've been on here once before.
Oh, you have been.
Yeah.
And that time I had your dad on here talking about that. But anytime you come with a good subject, man, that I think the people want to know about, and farming is something. Like they used to say, don't complain about farmers with a mouthful. If you got a cheeseburger, right. Don't be talking to me about how bad a farmer is while you eat a cheeseburger. That's where you got that at. And chocolate milk does not come from brown cows. Let's get that straight, okay?
Yeah, that's right.
But I've enjoyed it. Like I said, we just hit the tip of the iceberg, but it would take all night to go deep as we need to go. Yeah. But I think we give the public an idea. Y'all are struggling. Farmers are having a hard time right now. One mishap, and Stewart Farms, down and dirty couldn't be there.
That's right.
And it's all in your lap because Dad's in the background like I am at my shop. I'm letting my kids take my shop over slowly. It's the hardest thing. So I understand you, Daddy. It's tough letting them kids do it. We've had this discussion, but, we try to prevent train wrecks. Dad tells you what's good and what don't work, what does work, and y'all argue about it like me and my children do. We argue about it. Say, I've done tried that 20 years ago. Well, this is a different time. I don't give a damn. It don't work.
Yeah, we was just talking about it the other day, talking about corn.
Yeah.
And he said, well, that's what it is now. He said, history back used to in the history. He said, we didn't have nowhere to take white corn.
Right. Didn't sell it.
And that could come back. I mean, you never know.
Well, it makes good liquor.
Yeah, but they don't. The problem with
Silver?
white corn,
yeah,
it's too expensive.
Yeah, that makes good liquor.
Yep,
it does. Blake, I gotta let you go. You got to get ready for that birthday. You get this. I got your supper in there. All right, folks, there you go. I've been talking with Blake Stewart, great friend of mine out here in the. I don't know where in the hell we live. High cold temp. Where do we live?
I don't know. Like I say, God's country is the best part.
It is.
We live in between everything.
We do. There ain't no, Hico ain't there no more. So I don't know. Just remember, where me and him live, if Jesus comes back, that's where you want to be. That's where he's headed. That's God's country out there. Anyway, we've been talking to Blake about farming. We didn't get all the details out because there's just no way. We've been talking 2 hours, and we just scratched the surface of what a farmer's going through. So when you get a chance, farmers markets, or call Blake. It's Blake Stewart Farm. What is it? Stewart Farms.
Stewart Farms, yeah.
Find it, cost him. He'll talk to you. I called him the other day about some guy wanting some corn. He's going to come out there and buy some corn to feed with. And, try to buy local from these guys because that dollar stays local. Help these guys out because, look, one day, if we run the American farmer out, we'll be
Walmart don't need you.
That's right. Walmart don't need you, do they? Yeah. But if we run the small local farmers out, you will be eating Chinese meat. You will be eating Argentina meat. You will be eating Russian stuff because when the American farmer's gone, when you run him out of business by buying all this other crap, you're going to pay for it. Because like my daddy, gone. That's right. My daddy used to tell me, son, when you're going to dance to the music, somebody got to pay the fiddler. All right, folks. I want to tell you about what's coming up next week. I got a great show coming up next week. I've got Sam Bryant. He's a good friend of mine out of Jackson, Tennessee. And he's going to he's running for the mayor of Madison County, big town of Jackson. Now, he's going to be the county mayor. That's a big area down there. He wants to come in and talk to me because I asked him, what in the heck would you want to be mayor for? And he said, because there's problems. He said, y'all got him in Henry County too. I said, we sure do, but y'all got bigger problems in Madison County. So he's going to be in next week, going to talk to me about why he wants to be the mayor of Madison County. And I'm also going to get the other people that's going to run. One here, when the election gets closer, I'm going to do a little debate with all of them and find out who Madison County would be the best mayor they've got. And don't forget, coming up on Sportscast Live with Jeremy, you got that back there? No, he said, okay. Well, we got a good show coming up with Jeremy. Don't forget he's coming on. But I got to tell you something tonight. I'm proud of something right now. Kevin Keel, my producer, had to have some time off. Well-deserved time off. So Kevin, the regular producer, is gone. And Scott Norwood and Billy Busey and Dana Allen has run this show by themselves. And I want to tell y'all guys, y'all did an excellent job. Let me tell you what. Hold on, man. Hold on. That's how great a job y'all did. Y'all stood up when I asked you to, and you did what needed to be done. And Kevin, get your butt back in the studio. Enough time off. Enough. No more. That's it. No more vacation for you. But anyway, Kevin, love you, brother. And they holding down the fort. They did an excellent job. Kevin, Scott, and Billy, and Dana, they did one heck of a job. I'm proud of my team. They do an excellent job. Without them guys, I couldn't do what I do, which is sit up here and what the hell do I do? Help me, Blake.
Flap your jaw.
Flap my jaw. I don't know. Whatever I do. But anyway, I want to thank you, the viewer. Thank my sponsor. Without my sponsors, I couldn't pay Kevin, Scott, Billy, Dana, and all the overhead I've got out here. I want to thank you, my sponsor, because without y'all guys, I couldn't do what I do. Thank you, the viewer. What our goal is to bring you things that we all think we all want to know about. And I think farming, if I hear something going on, I try to get the guy in here. I want to get right from the horse's mouth. And I got something else I want to tell you. Coming up in February the 7th in Golden Pond Distillery in Cadiz, Kentucky, they've got a deal coming up over. I'm going to come over and listen to this. If you've ever seen a Bigfoot or if you've ever seen a monster, no matter where you are, Martin Groves is going to be there. He's going to be coming up January the 2nd. He's going to be on Discovery Channel Monster Quest talking about what happened to him at LBL. He's a policeman that in 93 or 94, he went turkey hunting, him and another officer over in LBL, and something got after him. And then Steve Causey's going to be there. He's the author of the book called The Massacre at LBL. He's going to be there. And a couple of these guys that you see on all these TV Discovery channels and all, they're going to be in Cadiz, Kentucky, February the 7th, which is a Saturday, at Golden Pond Distillery, and they want you to come in, go be a little town hall, and tell them what you've seen. You don't have to live in LBL anywhere. If Blake seen anything, I want him to come in and tell us what he's seen. You know, they're trying to convince me, and I don't know. I'm in the woods all the time. I've never seen anything, but they always say, hey, Mike, you do know they didn't find the great apes until the 1920s. Now, who am I to say? What I think doesn't matter anyway to most people, but go over. There's going to be, they want everybody that's seen anything. It's free. It's free. You just come in the door and sit down there and listen to these guys going to tell you quickly about their story, and they want you to show up and tell what you've seen because they're trying to prove that there is Bigfoot, there is the Monster Man. I don't know. Couldn't tell you. But I want you to come up to the Golden Pond Distillery in Cadiz, Kentucky. It's about an hour drive from here. If you're hearing me, show up and listen to these people, but especially if you've got a story to tell, because they want to hear it. You're going to be around some very well-known people in that industry. And like I said, on January the 2nd on Discovery Channel, Monster Quest, Martin Groves is going to be on there. He's the police officer that had that run-in over at LBL. He's going to be on there telling his story on Monster Quest. So hang out. If you need to come over and watch this and find out what's going on around here, and don't be shy, stand up and tell them. And I want to wish all of you, the viewer, a happy new year. And I hope that 2026 is the best year yet. Hey, it's up to us, the American people, to make 2026 the best year we ever had. Hey, tune in next week, same time, same place. And like I always say, help me out, Blake.
Don't be late.
Don't be late. All right, brother. Good show, man. The Mike Weatherford Show is recorded live in the Brewer Street Mafia Studios in downtown Paris. A Kill Media, Brewer Street Mafia Productions.